This is three? Three? I feel like I've done more than three. Yo, what up? Welcome. Um, what are we doing? We're still playing Bannerlord. I'm flying around the screen like this. But yeah. We're playing Bannerlord. We're trying to fuck with the Kuzite. And that's the center? Oh, that's the, yeah, okay. No, I see what okay, but right. We'll leave that there. That's not the center. We'll just eyeball that as better. Yeah, so we're trying to just power through. Istiana's almost got the conspiracy fully done. We're pushing it back a little bit, but we're not too worried about it. Take that as it comes. And then area. What else? They're just trying to usurp shit. There's a bunch of news going on. Iran's crazy. Economy's crazy. We're gonna watch. Oh yeah, we got Too Lazy to Try's got some Alex Jones freaking out on Joe Rogan. I see Canada info very dangerous. What I consider to say Bill C9 threatens your rights. I go Bill C9 and then palate cleanse with some Too Lazy to Try. Sounds about right to me. Sounds about entertaining to me. Boom, 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 boom. I'm so tiny. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I hope you didn't come here to stare at me because I'm very tiny. Brave bros. Oh, fuck. Canada info. Shame on you.
Speaker, I'm Jewish, and I represent one of the largest Jewish communities in Canada. And I'm disgusted by this Liberal government, how it pretends that the Jewish community wants Bill C9 passed. Nonsense. And Liberals are saying that while adding fuel to the fire of Jew hatred in Canada. When the Prime Minister on the campaign trail says he knows there's genocide in Gaza, he fuels Jew hatred. When Liberals engage in the greatest blood libel of the 21st century, that the Jewish state is using starvation as a weapon of war, they fuel Jew hatred. When they sanction Israel to stop the Gaza war for Hamas to survive, they encourage terrorists in the Middle East and here at home to keep up the jihad. When the Prime Minister recognized the Palestinian state, he rewarded the brutality of Hamas, and he did so on the eve of Rosh Hashanah. We will never forget that. And why don't the Liberals call for enforcement of existing laws? Mass thugs chant for Intifada every Sunday at Shepherd and Bathurst. Did anyone say stop? That's incitement to violence, arrest, or when they march on residential streets, frightening neighbors. Did anyone say, what is wrong with you, Olivia Chow? What is wrong with you, Chief of Police Demkew? It's mischief, arrest. Please save your tweets and platitudes. 3 synagogues were shot last week in the city of Toronto. Bill C9 will do nothing to stop that. Now, with respect to the bill, the Liberals flaunt the new obstruction and intimidation offense, but it's already criminal to obstruct someone from entering a synagogue. It's called assault. And it's already criminal to intimidate someone from doing something they have a lawful right to do. That's intimidation contrary to Section 423 of the Criminal Code. But don't listen to me. Listen to Mark Sandler, a lawyer who understands this better than anyone in the country, who was invited to testify by both myself and the Liberals, and he said, quote, the proposed intimidation and obstruction offenses don't make criminal conduct that is not already criminal. So there's nothing new here. Now, with respect to the new hate-motivated offense, Speaker, a hate-motivated offense already effectively exists through sentencing. If an offense is motivated by hate, that's an aggravating factor upon sentencing. But the new hate-motivated offense in Bill C9 will not just criminalize criminal conduct, it will also criminalize any hate offense that is tacked on to a civil offense. So non-criminal conduct may now become criminal. This is very dangerous. and the threshold to convict of hatred is lowered from a good test established by Supreme Court 40 years ago. I'm telling the Jewish community, Bill C-9 will do nothing to protect us. In fact, I believe that Bill C-9 will be weaponized against us. But here's what we can do to protect Canada's Jewish community. First, no one's talking about law enforcement. This is now beyond a local police problem. We need the RCMP in North York. We need the RCMP in Thornhill. We have an RCMP unit called the Integrated National Security Enforcement Team. They work with the CBSA. They work with local police to counter terrorism. It needs to be empowered locally to protect the Jewish community. Second, there are about 700 IRGC agents here in Canada. And according to Global News, there's 450 members linked to Hamas. Why are the Liberals allowing this? Let's investigate these networks and expel these individuals from Canada. And third, put political pressure on mayors and police to stop the Jew hatred on our streets that is already criminal. Stop the calls for intifada. It's incitement to violence, and it's already illegal and criminalized in the UK. And the intimidation of Jewish-owned businesses. Conservatives will defend the Jewish community, but Bill C-9 is a Trojan horse to limit free speech. Shame on the Liberals for Bill C-9. Shame on the Liberals for using the Jewish community as props. And shame on you for this motion on closing debate. Thank you.
May I remind the honourable member that I did not put forth any motion, that shame on you is not actually admissible. The honourable Secretary of State.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'll be splitting my time with the member from Dorval, Lachine, LaSalle.
Our government's so fucking ugh.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, the Secretary of State. Questions and comments? No? Oh. Yeah, Secretary of State.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. That was a very interesting speech. I met with several synagogues over this last week, especially the ones that were affected by the shootings in Toronto, and the Toronto Islamic Center that has been threatened with a similar mass shooting as we saw in New Zealand. Horrific incidents that we are seeing of hate across our country. It seems like the member is saying, do something now, but don't do anything. Don't put this bill forward. We don't want tweets, but yet just pressure the mayors, so therefore just tweet. It's a very contradictory type of message without a law to stop hate and terrorism and symbols of hate in our communities. We need this piece of legislation, Madam Speaker, don't we?
A member for York Centre.
I don't know what the Secretary of State is talking about. I was at the press conference at Sharei Shamayim 3 days ago next to the Public Safety Minister, who wasn't able to say anything. And with respect to concrete solutions, if she listened to my speech, I proposed 3 concrete solutions at the very least. Number 1, get the RCMP involved. We have a special unit within the RCMP to deal with this. This is now beyond local police. Number 2, we have 700 IRGC connected individuals in Canada. Maybe 450 individuals connected to Hamas, according to Global News. How about we investigate those networks and expel those individuals? And number 3, why don't you do something and call for law enforcement of existing laws? It's illegal to call for incitement to violence. It's illegal to call for intifada, which is a violent revolt. And it's illegal to intimidate Jewish businesses. So do something about it.
Can I remind the honourable member to speak through the chair? I cannot do anything about it. Questions et commentaires? Questions and comments, the honourable member for Regina Levant.
I want to thank my colleague very much for his passionate speech about laws that are already on the books. And I think that's the comment that we've heard a lot from this side. And we just heard the Minister of Justice speak about why he brought enclosure. Everything he talked about are already laws on the books, Madam Speaker. So my question to my colleague, my learned colleague, is if these laws are already on the books and we're seeing this hate grow in Canada year after year, in 10 years, hate crimes have grown by about 87%, why can we not ensure that the laws that are already on the books are enforced to tamp down this hatred of different secular religions?
The honourable member for York Centre.
I thank the honourable member for the question. And I actually want to specify that specifically with respect to the Jewish community. Since the election of this Liberal government 10 years ago, hate crimes against the Jewish community have more than quadrupled. Shame on them for that. But with respect to the specific question that the member is asking, I'd like to clarify for the benefit of the House, this is not politics, this is law. All right, we had Mark Sanders saying this bill does nothing new with respect to intimidation and obstruction. If you intimidate me from entering a synagogue or an educational institution, okay, that's intimidation contrary to 423. If you are obstructing my entrance physically, that is an assault. This is all common sense. And with respect to the hate-motivated offense, the hate-motivated offense is already factored in sentencing. If it's hate-motivated, it will be caught in sentencing. But what this hate-motivated offense is doing is it criminalizes hatred with respect to any civil offense, contrary to any act of parliament. You're gonna make non-criminal conduct criminal. This is a huge error.
Here, here.
The Parliament Secretary to the Government.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. You know, the member was a part of the Doug Ford government at one point, and the Doug Ford government would have had the opportunity to be able to do some of the things that he's advocating here. Can the member give a clear indication why it is he was so ineffective in terms of getting the Doug Ford government to take some of the actions he's telling this government to do? I find his assertions to be absolutely ridiculous at the time in which we have communities across the country looking at initiatives such as this that will make a difference. It was a part of an election platform. Why is it that the member who I would maybe characterize as maybe being a little over to the right, maybe even possibly to the far right, why it is that he feels fundamentally that legislation of this nature is bad for freedoms?
He just explained himself. What do you mean? What is he? Wow.
I have just articulated a sensible legal argument in response to this legislation. But anybody who doesn't agree with this member apparently is a far right. Normal people, middle of the way, middle of the line, centrists are now far right according to this Liberal Party. I am proud of my time in the Ford government. I wear my time in the Ford government and the provincial legislature as a badge of honor. Thank you.
Here, here.
Yeah, like what does him having to be right or far right have to do with literally fucking anything, boss? He seems right, maybe even far right. Okay. Can you address the part where he's like, why is everything expensive and everybody
Joining us tonight to talk
hates us?
about this and so much more is the great Alex Jones.
I was thinking about Joe Rogan.
Oh, you know what? That probably helps if you can see what the fuck we're looking at here. We were just watching Parliament bullshit a second ago.
Rogan's vagina right now.
That's a weird way to introduce yourself, Alex.
Well, Joe's like, I love Joe, but like, oh my God, we better not have an event. The terrorists might get us. We just give up and go away. I think Joe's afraid of the Iranian ding dong. Let's all just hide in Joe Rogan's vagina, and then we'll all be safe.
Jesus. Good to have you, Alex. It's
like
going
a
to be fun. We can already
giant
tell.
Joe Rogan vagina.
Luke is sitting
and we
next
all
to
just
him.
fly up into it. We're all safe. I'm safe in Joe Rogan's big ass pussy vagina.
Well, there you go.
Like that? Yep.
Luke's here.
There's that. Yes. I don't know how
Thought
you
you'd have
got
that tonight.
Good to be here with some old
I
friends.
declare war on Joe Rogan. God has ordered me. Nah, I love Joe. It's a joke.
All right, so Alex Jones was just on Tim Pool's show, and this was one of the most awkward things I've seen in a while. Alex was on another level. I think he showed up drunk, and then halfway through, I seriously think he might have had a stroke or something. Like, he did not sound good, and he started coughing like crazy, and he could barely talk. And afterwards, everyone there sounded really concerned about him. They're like, man, I hope he gets some medical attention because he did not look or sound good. So it was a wild episode. Also, as you heard, he was obsessing over Joe Rogan's vagina. He just kept saying that the whole time, and everyone there would try to change the topic because it was just really awkward. But Alex was really annoyed at Joe because Joe's scared of going to the White House for that UFC event. He's afraid there could be a terrorist attack. He mentioned this during his most recent episode. He's asked if he's excited about it, and he didn't sound very enthusiastic. Also, I think he realizes the optics of it are going to be really bad because odds are the war is still going to be going on. The economy is probably going to be terrible. Trump's approval rating will probably be the lowest it's ever been. and he just got done trying to cover up the Epstein files. But now all the elites are getting together at the White House to watch some people fight each other. So I think Rogan realizes how bad this is going to look. I mean, even current UFC fighters are comparing it to the Hunger Games, and Rogan already gets a ton of shit for endorsing Trump. So this is just going to make things so much worse for him, and I think he knows that. I mean, he says he's excited about it, but I think he's probably hoping it gets canceled because he's also really paranoid that a terrorist attack could happen.
Are you excited for the White House card? That looks really good.
Yes. I'm excited. It sounds crazy. I know it's going to be very high security and high stress and weird to have a fight at the White House in the middle of a fucking war. But I would hope the war will be sorted out by June, but quite honestly, I'm not confident that that's going to be the case.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, so that would be weird.
Yeah.
Having this very high-profile event where everybody's in one place at one time right there.
I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're not excited to be there?
Well, that sounds like, seems like you're asking for...
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I haven't thought of that at all.
How can you not think of that?
Well, because I'm not going to be there. You're the one that has to think of it.
So this clip got a lot of attention, and Tim Pool decided to start the show by covering it, which was probably a mistake because Alex was fired up about it, and he kept calling Rogan a pussy and making fun of him. Then to prove how tough and fearless he is, he started flipping out about how he could take on everyone in the room and started challenging them all to a fight. And then he started ranting about Joe Rogan's vagina again, and he started getting really graphic.
Good to be here with some old friends.
I declare war on Joe Rogan. God has ordered me. Nah, I love Joe. It's a joke.
He's gonna show up at your house.
Okay, I guess Luke's here.
Yeah, hi guys. You two
How about I just take you all on right now? You guys are fucking tough. You're pretty tough. How about we just fucking fight right now? You're fucking real men. All of you. Come on, let's go. Every one of you. Let's go. Let's prove how fucking badass you are. Slug, let's go. You think you can fucking take me? Let's see what fucking happens.
I don't think I can take you.
No, you can. Why don't you do it right now? Every fucking man in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go. 8. Let's go.
Robbie will fight you.
I'm ready.
Robbie.
I'm ready. That's a big motherfucker over there. I'm ready for war. I'm ready for war. I'm ready to fucking live in Joe Rogan's vagina.
Let's start with the news.
I just gave you most viral clip of the year to joke.
You're trying to.
It's comedy. I love Joe.
Yes.
I know.
I suck his every night.
It's just that.
And Lindsey Graham, when he puts that foot long dick right in Trump's ass, that big old neocon, I just sit there and lube it up.
Just gonna get the show taken down.
I'm like the engineer. I'm like,
get the show taken down.
Oh, Lindsey. And I watch like Rubio gets in, and then in comes Huckabee with his 12-foot. And they just boom, boom. And I'm just sitting there like,
Huckabee's that hung, huh?
That's what I do. Oh, God, Huckabee's got an 18-foot dick. And I just lube up those neocon and then y'all comes in with that 80-footer.
I imagine.
Just cures Trump.
And I think Alex is probably also annoyed with Joe because Joe hasn't had him on his podcast in a while. Like, every few years, Alex always snaps at him and accuses him of being a globalist for being scared to talk to him, like when he hasn't had him on the podcast in a while. So I think that's definitely part of it, which I see a lot of people in the comments are always begging Joe to have Alex on because it's always an entertaining episode, so people want to see it, but Rogan's hesitant for some reason. So Alex was talking a lot of shit about him, but then he...
Fighting everyone in the room and then apologizing and saying, it's just a joke, I love sucking dick. Where did he do after that? It's like, I'm just trying to see if this thing behaves differently if I add battery. This thing is fucking cooked. Aha! Aha! Now it works normally with batteries, but when I plug it in the USB port, it like has a fucking conniption fit. Well, what if I plug it in while it has batteries in it? Does it blow the batteries up? I don't know. You know what? We'll just leave it as a battery-operated light. It actually works really good like that. This doesn't work when I plug it in, but it works when I... Anyway. Fucking A. I got a really nice, convenient light. This works. This light's now actually working like it's supposed to. Stoked. Stoked. Mini lighting. Boop. Boop. Okay, that's alright. That's enough. That's subtle enough. You could make out that I'm there.
And Lindsey Graham, when he puts that foot-long dick right in Trump's ass, that big old neocon,
Not tonight.
I just sit there and lube it up.
Just gonna get the show taken down.
I'm with the engineer. Like,
Get the show taken
Lindsey,
down.
Oh, Lindsey. And I watch like Rubio gets in, and then in comes Huckabee with his 12-foot. And they just boom, boom. I'm just sitting there like, take
Huckabee's
care of
that
that.
long, huh?
That's what I do. Oh, God, he's an 18-foot dick. And I just lube up those neocons. And then y'all comes in with that 8-footer.
I
and
imagine.
He just cures Trump.
And I think Alex is probably also annoyed with Joe because Joe hasn't had him on his podcast in a while. Like, every few years, Alex always snaps at him and accuses him of being a globalist for being scared to talk to him, like when he hasn't had him on the podcast in a while. So I think that's definitely part of it, which I see a lot of people in the comments are always begging Joe to have Alex on because it's always an entertaining episode, so people want to see it, but Rogan's hesitant for some reason. So Alex was talking a lot of shit about him, but then he'd be like, oh, I love Joe, but he's a pussy and he's a coward and all that stuff. And he just kept trying to make jokes about it, and they were not landing. You know, everybody just seems so uncomfortable.
His holy vagina realizes it's a threat.
I am not really concerned about the White House itself. You know, of all the places we secure in this country, Iran's not going to do anything at the White House.
Yeah, no, I love Joe, but I mean, that is a major pussy statement.
He didn't say don't do it. He just said that it's going to be a target, and sure, it's just... look, if Iran was going to
the real target is the neocons in Trump's butthole. I apologize. It's all gamer. I love Joe Rogan. I love President Trump. My bottom line is this. You said start the show right before we went live with, I love Rogan. Oh my God, this event, maybe we shouldn't have it. What the fuck are we talking about? If we're going to blow the shit out of the fucking mullahs, let's not worry about what they're going to do. Let's not cancel our boxing match. So I
agree.
But I mean, I get he's just being honest here. I'm in Joe. I love Joe. All I'm saying is that I was against this war. Well, the point is, Joe Rogan's vagina is this giant mothership that protects the earth. The shield against all the Satanism is Joe Rogan's vagina.
Hey, Alex, do you think that it's a good thing that UK is getting rid of hereditary parliament?
And then like an hour into the show, Alex started coughing and hacking like crazy and then had trouble talking afterwards. So this was pretty concerning, which he said it was just allergies and he was tired, but it sounded bad and everyone there looked pretty concerned. But Alex is a trooper and he managed to push through it and continue talking about Joe Rogan's vagina.
No, Alex. 52?
Bless you, sir. You want water?
He's got water.
Right.
You good?
You all right?
I'm tired. Yeah, no, we're winning.
So the reason I ask you is because I think the younger generation is going to be put in the Matrix. They're going to be given the Neuralink.
How long are you in town?
A couple weeks.
I want to come back.
You can come back whenever you want. You just walk in the door.
A few days.
Yeah, absolutely.
I live beforehand. I'm exhausted.
Yes, you sound exhausted.
Well, I love you guys. All I know is this is a real debate. It's a real discussion. And I really appreciate you guys. And I just know that Joe Rogan's a giant pussy. He's going to save Earth. Joe Rogan's vagina is like the goddess that will float down and
do you think Media Matters will write this headline? No, this one they're going to avoid.
No, I think we should...
I think we need to be wary of these AIs because the powerful tech elites are going...
And Alex kept saying he's going to leave because he's tired, but then he would just stick around and talk about Joe Rogan's vagina more. And you could tell Tim was getting annoyed about it. Like, he kept trying to change the topic, but Alex would always go back to Joe Rogan. And he also kept asking him how long he'll be in Texas. I think he asked him like 3 or 4 times, so Alex just seemed really out of it.
How long are you in town?
A couple weeks.
I want to come back.
You can come back whenever you want. But Joe, that's why you represent the middle.
2 weeks?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll come back there and see you guys.
Yeah, sounds good.
Right,
Talk to Lisa. She'll get you set up.
I want to come back.
You are allowed. That is always that is acceptable.
Here for 2 weeks?
Yes, sir. And you know, let me just say this. I'm gonna put a bracket.
The ultimate AI will be called Joe Rogan's vagina.
Indeed. Let me put a bracket and just say, when we talk about AI apocalypse stuff, viewership is minimal.
Imagine a giant Joe Rogan pussy right up there, like I mean, elevated,
like a jellyfish,
teleported up into Joe Rogan's vagina.
I think you don't want to leave. I think you want to keep talking about this.
I want the beams of Joe Rogan's vagina. Can you imagine how big it's going to be? super well, Lord Vader. Do it. Do it. I love you guys.
All right, man. Thanks for
Alex. Good.
Take care of yourself.
Mr. Love you guys. Luke Radowski. I knew this guy like 20 years ago.
You did.
21 years.
21 years.
All right, I'm gonna come back soon.
Yeah, anytime, brother. Anytime.
Love you.
Take care,
Let me
man.
get you sleep.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Love you guys.
Let's go back to talking about the quad having a soul.
Quad having a giant pee-pee.
It's got a soul.
Quad with an 8-foot dick.
So here's I think the big issue comes down to this.
Then after Alex left, they addressed the coughing incident he had in his health because the chat kept asking about it.
With all due respect to Alex, I think he was having a very serious medical issue.
I don't know. He definitely
He had
was.
some bad allergies, yeah.
Well,
bad allergies.
allergy attack.
I was a little concerned. He was coughing.
That was more than an allergy attack.
Yeah, that's why I went and got water. And
But I want to be respectful and not say too much. And I had my phone ready with all due respect to Alex, like
he was.
That was not an allergy attack, or you know. So I hope he's leaving to go get checked out or something. I think that may be the case. I'm concerned about that medical episode and then him abruptly leaving because he knows, you know, we don't end the show right away like that.
Yeah,
and
when
then
that
turned
happened, I texted
red
Brian
twice and was struggling to breathe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was, I think, hopefully he's going to get
taken
yeah, because normally I wouldn't talk about stuff like this, but like we're literally live when it happened, and the chat is lighting up with people asking what was going on, and so I'm not going to pretend nothing happened and just ignore it.
Fatigue, if he's up really
man.
up since 4 a.m. God knows I hope the best for him, though. I was terrified while that was happening. I was just watching him and trying to stay calm.
Well, I'm kind of bummed because, you know, a lot of people have said he had a drinking problem for a long time, and then these videos are coming out of him getting healthy and fit, and he's looking really good, and I wonder if the end of the show, like, he's just suffering anxiety nonstop, and so he started drinking again.
So hopefully he's all right. Maybe the stress of InfoWars ending is getting to him. You know, he said he's shutting it down, I think, next month, but I think he's going to continue on his own. And hopefully Rogan has him on soon. You know, of course, that would be a great episode. And it sounds like it's really getting to Alex, the fact that Rogan hasn't had him on in a while. But let me know what you guys think about it all down in the comments, and make sure you check out the Patreon. I've been covering Alex a lot over there and how recently he's been shilling for the establishment, and he's getting a lot of criticism for it. And he's also trying to help Trump do damage control over the Epstein files fallout. And there's a ton of other stuff. I have over 180 exclusive videos. So if you like the channel, it's worth checking out. There'll be a link in the description.
Thanks, bro.
Jeffrey, we have just heard from the...
Yeah, we're not interested. We don't want to watch this. Fuck off. Oh, fucking Lookner's on. Lookner. Oh, looky look. Agenda free. Look, 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 look. Lookner's on.
The
Look,
age
look, look,
of
look,
the
look.
individual
Lookner.
planes. That says 62 years. These tankers here, 63 years. 65 years.
Diathma. Where's Diathma? Did they take Diathma? Am I tripping balls?
It's pretty amazing.
Oh, it's way out there. Where the fuck am I? I'm right here. Okay, let's go to Diathma. We gotta stop at Diathma to drop off these prisoners. Could drop them at Rizos, but no. Bandits. Courier can eat my hog.
Let me just show you the Central Command announcement today.
Gonna get completed never. His loyalty's trash.
All crew members of
Shit
U.S.
culture.
KC-135 lost in Iraq confirmed deceased. All 6 crew members aboard a U.S. KC-135 refueling aircraft that went down in western Iraq are now confirmed deceased. The aircraft was lost while flying over friendly airspace, March 12th. During Operation Epic Fury, the circumstances of the incident are under investigation. The loss of the aircraft was not due to hostile or friendly fire. The identities of the service members are being withheld until 24 hours until next of kin, after next of kin have been notified. Yesterday they said that it was an incident involving 2 aircraft. And the other aircraft, there are photos of it with a significant portion of its tail missing. I posted some of those photographs on my X account, and I need to actually link my X account in the chat. I forgot about that. I'll do that right now.
It's an honor to meet you.
Hang on a moment here. Hang on.
Gankity my hog.
Hey, a quick thing. Hold on a second. I want to take a couple comments here. Our viewer Adam Sky thinks Marines are the tip of the spear for a ground invasion. By the way, condolences to the family of those 6 crew members. Our viewer Thunderwolf says, how can that happen? We don't have an accounting of what happened yet from the military. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Try something here.
Let me introduce my...
Hey, a quick thanks to Rohit. Thank you so much, Rohit92MS. Rohit says, here in India, we have started facing issues because of cooking gas. Seriously, it should get stopped ASAP, or else it's going to be very difficult for the people who are not even involved. We actually talked that about a couple days ago. I think one of our other viewers from India wrote in about that. But yeah, I mean, this is going to have impacts all over the world economically. Reuters a couple days ago said kitchens across India ditch hot food due to cooking gas shortage. Reuters says there is a nationwide shortage of cooking gas in India because of the Middle East conflict. France 24, oh sorry. France 24 says that restaurants are suffering the consequences. That's one industry that's being hit in India. – National Restaurant of India Association of India said said the restaurant industry is highly dependent in India on liquefied petroleum gas. Also, hey, thanks Dodger Blue to you. Thank you Infinity HD, who says today 2 Air Force Galaxies transported things to the near border of Iran. These planes transport heavy military vehicles and soldiers. I haven't heard about that. Also, I don't know if those kind of planes have been flying those routes previously on previous days. But thank you, Infinity HD, for your support. By the way, there is a rocket alert in northern Israel, probably from Lebanon. Was an alert. Thank you, Tiberius Rex. I appreciate it. Tiberius says the same people who told us Iran blew up their own school are now telling us friendly fire and aged equipment are to blame, while Russian S-400s have been there the whole time. Now, I don't think we've heard anything from the U.S. government about... Oh, well, what the U.S. government did say is they said that it was not enemy fire and it was not friendly fire. That's what they said. Not friendly fire and not enemy fire, which took down the plane. And they said it was an incident involving 2 aircraft. And again, another aircraft, there's photos of the other aircraft, apparent photos that show it damaged. I'll post a link to some of those photos. I posted some of those today on my X account here. Flight Radar 24 posted some of those photos too. I'll post a link to their post. Thank you to Thomas for more memberships. Hey, thanks, Thomas Peef 0419. Jesus fuck. Thomas has given a bunch of people memberships. Thank you so much, Thomas. Please thank Thomas or somebody else if they give you a membership. Thanks to Dodger Blue to you and Mendy R. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Thanks also Rune 1033 from Norway. Oh, Rune said some people were charged for the Norway embassy explosion several days ago. I didn't even see that. Bloomberg says Norwegian police arrested the mother of 3 men suspected of detonating an explosive device outside the U.S. Embassy in Oslo Sunday morning. I guess this was from a couple days ago. I didn't even see this. 2 days ago, 3 brothers were arrested in this. Yes, 3 brothers have been arrested. This came out a couple days ago. 3 brothers of Iraqi origin arrested in connection with U.S. Embassy explosion in Norway. That was CBS News a couple days ago. They were Norwegian citizens of Iraqi origin. in their 20s.
Mounted archers, follow me!
It is still being investigated.
Mounted archers! Attack!
I should post that. I missed it a couple days ago.
Move! Soldiers!
Missed this a couple days ago. 3 brothers of Iraqi origin arrested in connection with U.S. Embassy explosion in Norway.
Move! Mounted archer forward!
Thanks for mentioning that. Thank you, Rune. By the way, CBS News says that they're still investigating to figure out what exact role the brothers played. They're still working to determine a motive, whether there could have been a connection to a government.
Soldiers! Move!
Thank you also, Lidwine Elizabeth, who says, our king called with leaders from Middle East in the Netherlands. Thank you, Lidwine Elizabeth, who's in the Netherlands.
Soldiers!
Yeah, I have to see. There was a report of a drone, of a missile or missile that might have been flying over Turkey last night, but I got to check up on that. I haven't seen updates today on that yet. Oh, I can actually see. I actually see it right here. Sorry, I hadn't checked on this. Turkey said they intercepted a missile. Oh, and I have an update about the new troops.
Attack!
See here, Turkey's defense ministry says NATO air defenses intercept 3rd ballistic missile over Turkey at the start of the Iran war. That's from AP. Reuters says that there have been missiles. There was a missile fight. NATO air defenses have shot down missiles over Turkey, or fired at Turkey on March 4th and March 9th, and last night. Turkey has not disclosed the target of the missile last night, saying it was entering Turkish airspace. U.S. Air Forces, along with the forces from Turkey and other countries, are stationed in Surly, Turkey. Turkish Foreign Ministry said that Turkish Defense Ministry said that consultations are being conducted with the relevant countries to clarify all aspects of the incident. also an important NATO radar base in Turkey, the Kuresik NATO radar base, which Reuters says provides vital protection for the alliance, including the detection of missiles fired towards Turkey.
Everyone, after me!
Thank you, Lady Bird Lee, for being a member. Also, the Steak Pie and Chris Donahue. Oops, I'll have to refresh our screen. Chris Donahue and the Steak Pie. And Elemental Grow. Thank you, Elemental Grow. A little bit of an issue with this screen. Let's sometimes refresh it.
Give 'em hell!
I have a different feed from I can put on, there's a different feed I have from this one's having a bit of an issue. So while we're waiting for this one, oops, I think, you know what, I think they probably restarted this feed. Hold on. Sometimes they restart the feed. My guess is that that's what Hang on, folks. We'll get you the Beirut feedback. We can pull it up here. Let me get to the other Beirut feed for the moment. We'll get that one back. Beirut. I can see it right now. Where this one can go. There. Now we have two Beirut feeds. We don't want two, we just need one. There's Tel Aviv, so we want to switch which one is on top. We don't want that one. We want that one. Good. This one should be... Okay. We're going to figure this out. This one should be on the bottom. That's Beirut. Tel Aviv needs to be on top of that.
We must yield.
So we do this. There. Okay. Now we're back in business. Where's that other Beirut feed? Ah.
Bossman bonked his crowd.
I'm gonna get the other Beirut feedback right now. If it comes on.
My greetings to
My heart is glad to...
Oops. I think I have the other camera back. I think the other camera came back. Give me one moment here. Yes, I am seeing the other camera. That's the one I wanted. So we got to get this up on the screen for you. Ooh, is it working though? Is it still having problems? Again? Now we have two Tel Avivs. There. They seem to, I don't know if they restarted that feed. Still having some issues with the that Beirut feed. We have the other one. Thought it was fixed. No, I think they're going to have to fix it. Oh, hold on. Hang on. That feed is having issues. That feed is having issues. All right, let's go back. Let's go back to the other Beirut feed for now. The Reuters one. We'll check on the AFP one. It's having some issues right now. Here, no worries. We're back here with the. Here we go. We're back with both feeds. One Beirut, one Tel Aviv. Hey guys, general tip for the chat, which is, I want to say several times a week, people in chat claim it's my birthday and it's not my birthday. So I don't know who always is telling people it's my birthday, but generally speaking, if somebody in the chat's telling you it's my birthday, it's not my birthday. I mean, it's like every broadcast this happens practically in the chat. Hang on a moment here. Give me one moment. Can we get this stream back? So weird.
Defebs. Close to defense, but defebs.
I like the AFP feed from Beirut does a very good job of moving the camera around. And finding when stuff is going on. That's my favorite one. But at the moment, it seems to be having some issues. Try it one more time. Seems to be going again. Let's see if I can get it up here again. Seems to be working, that feed. Is it going to work? Let's see. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it in front of me. I think it's working again. Nope, same problem.
Horse archers! Follow me!
I'm going to keep it on these two for now.
Mounted archers! Move to enemy!
Hey, thanks to Famous Facts Online, Robin Foose turned off Planet Para 8 Elemental Bridge. Thank you. Take some more comments from you guys. Bring you more updates. I don't see any alerts at the moment. I'm going to give you more reporting on the new troops being sent over there in a moment. Give me one moment, guys.
Advance! Charge! Soldiers, move! Mounted archer, move!
Sorry, I'm just dealing with a little bit of a technical issue here.
Soldiers, forward! Troops,
That might be rain from Beirut here.
close it! Soldiers! Onward! Troops, forward! Horse archers! Horse archer infantry! Mounted archers! Charge! Troops! Attack!
Yeah, just hang on a moment. I gotta just send a message about this and check into this. The AFP feeds are having issues, so I won't let that.
What?
All right, hey, let's talk about the new troops going. I got some information about that. Sorry for the delay. I was just there's an issue with the AF troop feeds, and it took me a second to figure out what was exactly happening. Because normally they play calm, so I had to figure that out and then write to them and let them know. So hopefully that gets fixed. Here is a report from AP right here. It says. No, that's not the one. That's about Tehran. I want this one. Oh no, it's the right page. U.S. Marines and another ship are ordered to the Mideast. Elements from the 31st Marine Expeditionary Unit and the amphibious assault ship USS Tripoli have been ordered to the Middle East, according to the a U.S. official who spoke to AP on condition of anonymity. Marine expeditionary units are trained and equipped to conduct amphibious landings, but they also specialize in bolstering security at embassies, evacuating citizens, and disaster relief. While the deployment is a major increase of troops in the region, it does not necessarily indicate that a ground operation is imminent or will take place at all. The 31st Marine Expeditionary Unit, as well as the Tripoli and other amphibious assault ships carrying the Marines, are based in Japan and have been at sea in the Pacific Ocean for several days, according to images released by the military. Their location puts them more than a week away from the waters off Iran. Brand Nubian says Marines are boots on the ground. Yes. Well, they can be. They can be. As the article